Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we take a look at Half Life Alyx as we journey through its terrifying and wondrous world, explaining both the story and major events that occur along the way. This video will also fill you in on some of the background lore to do with the Half-Life world and its cast of characters, so don't worry if you're new to the series, this video has you covered. With that said, let's return to City 17 as we explain the story of Half Life Alyx. Set 5 years before the events of Half-Life 2, Half-Life Alyx begins with our titular character overlooking a stunning view of City 17. This sprawling city is located in Eastern Europe and has been overrun by a galactic army known as the Combine. The Combine are a powerful interdimensional organisation, made up from both allied and enslaved species from across the universe. They make use of incredibly advanced alien technology, which allows them to modify life forms via bioengineering, essentially mutating normal humans into super soldiers for their army. The Combine invaded Earth after the events of the original Half-Life game and waged a 7-day war on humanity before ultimately winning and enslaving mankind. We assume the role of 19-year-old Alyx Vance, who is monitoring the Combine movement about town when she receives a transmission from her father Eli.
Alyx, how's it looking up there?
It's good, Dad. Metrocop movement is normal. Same for the Combine patrols. How's it going in the stockyard?
One Combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never gonna miss it.
Eli Vance was one of the lead scientists at the Black Mesa Research Facility who bore witness to a catastrophic failed experiment where a resonance cascade opened interdimensional seams onto Earth, causing alien life forms to flood into our world and alerting the Combine of our presence. This sets the sinister events of future games in motion. Eli is a key character throughout the story of Half-Life 2, but befell a tragic fate at the hand of Combine mastermind the Advisor.
Close your eyes, honey.
I love you, Dad!
Don't look.
No! Oh my God, no! No!
This cliffhanger is where Eli's story ended 12 long years ago. Eli requests Alyx to meet him back at the safe house, but things soon get crazy as the Combine detect the presence of these freedom fighters and enact a full lockdown.
Yep, they got the reactor. Easy peasy. I'm headed back to the safe house right now to meet Dad. Go. We'll be in touch. Stay safe.
Alyx stealthily makes her way through the city streets as Combine soldiers close in and begin making arrests. Unfortunately, she gets off on the wrong floor.
Whoa, wait, I just live here! Dad!
Now with her father captured, Alyx wakes as a prisoner inside a Combine truck, en route for delivery to a confinement center. Luckily, she is freed by her father's good friend and tech head Russell.
Alyx, you there? You've got to get moving.
Russell? I've been in an accident.
I know! I caused it, so technically not an accident.
Russell informs Alyx that her father is being taken for interrogation, and once they discover his true identity as leader of the rebel group Black Mesa East, he will be moved to high-security prison facility Nova Prospekt. However, Russell assures Alyx he has a plan to free her father. After a few close encounters with a Strider, one of the Combine's hulking organic death machines, Alyx makes it safely back to the hideout where she is greeted by Russell.
Alyx, great! Okay, let's... Wait, my drone's okay, right?
Nope, it exploded. I'm fine, by the way.
Russell informs Alyx of a plan to intercept the train her father is currently being held captive on.
Well, what they will do is take him by train from here. This is Eli to Nova Prospekt. Just outside there's a second train that also leads out of City 17 through the quarantine zone.
Okay.
Both trains intersect here at Fairview Junction. You take your train, get there before his train, and hack into the controls. That'll let me take over the system. Train comes to a halt, you deal with the Combine situation, and we get your dad back.
Before she leaves, Russell outfits Alyx with a pair of gravity gloves, which he decided to name the Russells. These gloves allow Alyx to grab far-off objects with ease, and so with her fancy new gloves and a plan of action, Alyx sets off on a long journey to rescue her father from the Combine's grasp. She boards a train which is scheduled to take her most of the way there, but as usual, things don't quite go to plan. Alyx finds herself stranded many miles from her destination, Fairview Junction, after the Combine shut down the train she is aboard. This area outside the quarantine zone is littered with zombified corpses, not exactly the safest place to be wandering around alone. Alyx uses her handy-dandy hacking tool, which she affectionately dubs the Alyx, to open a hatch leading directly into the quarantine zone itself.
There we go, finally.
I'm gonna head in.
The quarantine zone is both beautiful and horrifying, overgrown with alien fauna and teeming with monstrosities, including Half-Life fan favourite, the head crab. These scuttling pests come in many forms, and if successful in latching onto the head of their prey, soon render them powerless and turn them into wailing bloodthirsty zombies. After making her way out of the old subway station, Alyx encounters a mind-bending anomaly.
Russell, are you seeing this?
Possibly. Are you seeing floating garbage?
This floating debris leads her to a cryptic mural graffitied underneath a bridge. If these scribings look familiar, that's because they sum up the story of the original Half-Life game and the lead into its sequel. The alien race pictured here are known as the VORTIGAUNTS. These creatures first appeared as enemies in Half-Life 1, after making their way through a torn dimensional seam leading to an alien planet known as Zen during the resonant cascade disaster at Black Mesa. Their homeworld was invaded by the Combine many years ago, and they were enslaved by an all-powerful alien being known as the Nihilanth. However, they were freed by a scientist working at Black Mesa called Gordon Freeman, the man we play as in all previous Half-Life games, the man who was directly involved in the Resonance Cascade, and the saviour-like figure pictured at the centre of the scroll here. Gordon Freeman was an everyday scientist at Black Mesa, but became the stuff of legend after defeating the Nihilanth and freeing the Zen slaves. He would later join Alyx in Half-Life 2 to take on the Combine.
Goodness, Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
I found him wandering around outside. Bit of a troublemaker, isn't he?
Gordon also witnessed the death of Alyx's father, Eli Vance, at the White Woods Rebel base during the closing moments of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Shortly after coming across this cryptic message, Alyx discovers the source of the anti-gravity phenomenon she just witnessed. It was a guiding star leading her toward the hideout of a brain-damaged Vortigaunt who wishes to lend her a helping hand.
Look, I'm actually pretty busy looking for my father. Eli Vance.
Yes.
The Combine have him, and I really do need to get moving.
The Combine. Yes. Do not go yet. I must show you something.
This quirky character shares some important information with Alyx via a rather impressive presentation.
The Combine have other of my kin. Like the Eli Vance, the Alyx Vance will free them.
We learn his race has been imprisoned by the Combine, and he urges Alyx to help free them. So once again, Alyx heads out with even more on her proverbial plate than before, heading into the darkness of the sewer system, where she acquires a powerful new weapon in the form of this shotgun. She eventually discovers a pitch-black tunnel, impassable without some form of light. Fortunately, a dead Combine worker has just that, his hanging corpse holding a flashlight. Unfortunately, this flashlight is located deep within a headcrab nesting ground. Alyx battles her way out of the nest and manages to navigate a series of perilous pitch-black hallways until she finally escapes the sewer system. she battles her way through the train yard above against waves of Combine soldiers before reaching Fairview Junction, her mission objective. Unfortunately, the control panel to stop the train her father is imprisoned aboard breaks, and Alyx has to quickly come up with a rather unconventional solution.
Is this supposed to come off?
It's the opposite of what it's supposed to do, Alyx.
What do I do now?
We need to find another way to stop this train. 10 seconds, Alyx. Okay, just throw the switch there.
Despite her radical method, Alyx stops the train and proceeds to find a way inside. She locates her father, who is hanging on for dear life.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out and pull you up. It's gonna be okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Give me your hand.
Luckily, that friendly Vort from the sewers comes to Eli's aid after he drops. While held captive, Eli learnt of a Combine superweapon, a weapon of mysterious origin that could be used against them if the rebels managed to acquire it.
The thing Russell and I found is some sort of super weapon.
A super weapon?
It's something big. They got it here in the QZ in some kind of vault, but they're about to move it. Where, I don't know, but it's gonna be soon.
Then we gotta steal it before they do.
Eli and the Vort head back to Russell's hideout, while Alyx sets off to find a way inside of a vault where this super weapon is being stored. The vault is a gigantic floating ship, with its energy source located above an old hotel called the Northern Star. Alyx heads inside the Northern Star in an attempt to gain access to the generator tower and in turn, access the vault itself. The hotel is a breeding ground for alien life, long forgotten and left for interplanet nature to take its course. Heading down into the basement presents a new danger altogether in the form of this lightning dog. Not only is this beast pretty nippy and ferocious, it is also able to reanimate corpses, burrowing inside their chest cavity and raising them from the dead. Therefore, Alyx must be careful not to take down any enemies while encountering this flashy foe. Luckily, she comes across a fully automatic Combine plasma rifle soon after, which certainly makes dealing with these lightning dogs a little easier. After some close calls in the hotel, Alyx makes her way to its roof, where she gains access to the generator and manages to power it down with a few well-placed blasts.
Great, now go inside and deactivate the power source.
She frees an imprisoned Vortigaunt who informs her that his people will save themselves and take out the remaining generators to the vault, but she must board it and take control of a weapon inside.
We have to stop them from killing your friends.
The Vortigaunt will extract ourselves and exact our own vengeance. You must go to the weapon.
Taking down the generator attracted a great deal of attention from the Combine army, and so Alyx has quite a fight on her hands while pushing through the streets and buildings of the surrounding neighbourhood. As the sun begins to set, the Vortigaunts get to work taking down the ship's defences.
Whoa, Alyx!
Are you seeing that?
The Vortigaunts are taking down the substation!
Yes!
Alyx soon reaches an old distillery, which seems to be the location of the vault. Within this creepy old building, Alyx comes across a man named Larry, who is caught up in a sticky predicament with a barnacle. After freeing him, Larry tells Alyx about a monstrous zombie living within the distillery known as Jeff.
There he is.
Jeff.
Right, watch this. See, he's totally predictable. But he will rip your arms off if he finds you.
Jeff cannot see, but he can hear really well, and stalks out our intrepid explorer every step of her way through this rotten old factory. Alyx eventually manages to outsmart Jeff by luring him inside a trash compactor and, well, compacting him.
Jeff, are you okay?
She bids farewell to Larry and powers up the entrance to the final path toward the vault, which unfortunately reveals it is home to a nest of ant lions. Ant lions are ferocious insect-like beasts that first showed up in Half-Life 2 and make a reappearance here in this prequel. The caves beneath the vault lead into the eerie grounds of a long-ruined zoo. Alyx explores the zoo, defending herself against waves of angry antlions and Combine soldiers who have set up a perimeter within its walls. Eventually she makes her way out of the other side and finally witnesses the Vort take down the last of the Vault's generators.
Whoa! Russell! Forge just took down the last substation!
Oh, let me see! Eli! The Vort's just took down the last substation! Brace yourself, Alyx! It's gonna come down!
What the?
With this mysterious tower keeping the Combine mothership afloat, Alyx sets off to figure a way to shut it down so she can board the ship and uncover the truth behind the closely guarded superweapon kept aboard. However, she doesn't have to wait too long to discover what the Combine's precious cargo actually is. While sneaking through a rundown apartment block, Alyx happens upon a conversation between one of the advisors and a mysterious female scientist caped in shadow.
Hi. Okay,
Wait,
great,
shh.
finally. Hi. We need to move the box or this thing is going to be Black Mesa all over again. Look, this guy we've got in there survived Black Mesa. He raised holy hell and then just disappeared. We finally caught him and you're just going to let him go again? Move the box.
Gordon Freeman is the superweapon the Combine are desperately trying to keep locked within the vault, afraid his return could spell the end of their plans for world domination.
Alright, so let's go save Gordon Freeman.
Alyx continues pushing forward through antlions and Combine soldiers all the way to the tower, which supports the vault ship via a tractor beam. Eventually she gains access to the vault dock and manages to shut down the beam, bringing the entire thing crashing down around her.
Alyx! Alyx!
Somehow, Alyx survives. She picks herself up from the smouldering rubble and pushes forward. As she powers up a freight elevator needed to access the vault's entrance, she inadvertently also supplies power to a fallen Combine Strider. A long game of cat and mouse against this synthesized organism ensues, but Alyx eventually reaches a bastion of hope in the form of the shielded gun turret and manages to take down the fearsome beast once and for all. At that moment, a powerful tractor beam kicks in from the vault above, sucking her into the unknown and cutting all radio contact with Eli and Russell.
I might not be able to talk to you in here.
No, probably not.
So, this is it.
Yeah?
And then you'll come out with Gordon safe and sound, so everything is gonna be...
Everything will be fine, Russ.
Aboard the Vault mothership, we find a world turned upside down, literally. Not only that, we even see the ghostly echoes of City 17 citizens during their final moments. This building was captured by the Vault to secure their prisoner Gordon Freeman, and now exists in a floating topsy-turvy-like state within its metallic walls. Upon entering the main prison, Alyx discovers she can use her Russells to harness Vortigaunt energy. It turns out throwing these energy balls is a great way to wreak havoc upon the armies of Combine soldiers flooding in to stop her from accessing its central chamber. When Alyx finally reaches the prison cell at the Vault's center, she discovers the inmate within is not Freeman after all, but rather the spooky and mysterious G-Man. G-Man is one of Half-Life's most unknown entities. He appears at various points throughout the previous games, watching Gordon Freeman from afar. In rare instances, he speaks to him directly in a void-like state of suspended time.
I do apologize for what must seem to you an arbitrary imposition, Dr. Freeman.
G-Man enlisted Gordon's help at the end of the original Half-Life game, and both helps and hinders him during his adventures in Half-Life 2 and its subsequent episodes, seemingly able to slip in and out of time at will and bend the laws of physics at his pleasure. The one thing G-Man seems weak against is mass amounts of Vortigaunt energy, and therefore it is with this energy Gordon Freeman was able to escape his clutches with Alyx during the events of Half-Life 2's ending. The Combine managed to capture and hold G-Man using this alien energy, keeping him contained within this cell. G-Man was the super weapon because he has power over all and is at times able to step in to change the course of history, something the Combine were rightly fearful of. He shows Alyx a glimpse of things to come.
Dad? What? Is that me? What is this? What's happening?
We are in the future. This is the moment where you watch your father die.
G-Man has seen the future and grown to realize Gordon Freeman defied his orders and tried to alter events against his wishes. Because of this, he traveled back in time to set a series of events in motion that would lead a younger, more naive Alyx into helping him out. In her desperate state of mind, Alyx accepts G-Man's offer to intervene in her own future, and changes events so her father now lives and his killer dies in his place.
Good. As a consequence of your action, this entity will continue, and this entity will not.
G-Man frees Gordon Freeman from his employment and enlists Alyx as his successor, placing her into stasis so she may serve him in the future.
Wait! Hey, wait! Wait! Wait!
We still know nothing about G-Man's mysterious employer, or what exactly his endgame is. However, a young and naive Alyx has now been manipulated into doing his bidding. A post-credit sequence reveals Gordon Freeman talking with a now-living Eli Vance during a revised version of the closing moments of Half-Life Episode 2's ending. Alyx has disappeared, and it seems a future game will focus on Freeman locating and freeing her from G-Man's stasis. Finally, we got that ending for Episode 2. And that concludes our roundup of the story of Half-Life Alyx and its surrounding lore. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more horror-related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.